by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land we're on and the land I've been working on for the past year and a half, the Turrbal and the Jagera peoples, and paying my respects to elders past, present and future. I was born in 1980, not 1788, but every time I come to Australia I think about the fact that I speak the language of the land that I grew up on, and I don't even have to worry about whether people understand what I'm saying. I don't moderate my language at all. And that land that I grew up on, people have been speaking English for countless generations. I come here and I take it for granted. So I want to make a point of acknowledging that before I start. What's more, I don't know how much you know about the history of Kelvin Grove, but people who look like me and talk like me, look like most of us in this room and talk like most of us in this room, first came here in 1823. And the traditional owners, when they saw the Europeans arrive, they thought that they were spirits or messengers from the world of the dead bringing a warning. And that was the original name they gave for the people who came to Kelvin Grove, to this very land. It took 20 years, just 20 years, and they changed the name they had from the Europeans, from this word meaning the spirits or the messengers, to a word that meant spider or murderer. And when we sit here and we talk in this beautiful environment, it's so easy in this amazing, beautiful suburb that we get to be in now to forget that there's a past and a future that's going to stretch for countless generations. Being an Englishman, we think of Australia as the place where everything's upside down, which is the theme of tonight, and it's like the cheapest possible joke, but it's also one of those grim jokes that has become completely inscribed in how we see the world. We call people from Australia and New Zealand Antipodean, like people from the opposite pole of the world. So I have something very short, and it's called Going Under. Just a jab. The needle goes in the back of your hand. They call it a butterfly for the two squared off plastic wings that protrude from its sides. They must be drawing blood out of you, but only young. I'm not sure if they're taking something out or putting something in or just putting me under. I'm squeamish about needles now, but in a way that I wasn't then. My donor card has a little teacup embossed on it, a most discreet and British way of letting the nurse know that I get a little bit dizzy after giving blood. Even the start of that process is anxious. In England, they don't want your blood if you've had a same-sex sexual experience. So you're racking your brains wondering if what happened in high school counts. In Australia, they don't want your blood if you were in Britain during the 1990s at the height of mad cow disease, in case you've been affected by tainted beef. I lie back on a camping bed in a village hall full of camping beds, each with a donor, and the nurses laugh, not unkindly, at the fact that I keep crossing and uncrossing my ankles to take my mind off the thing in my arm. When I first got to Australia, they had to put me under. I got a taste of the true blue bedside manner, lying, waiting for an x-ray with a shattered leg. I get the technician leaning over me to ask, "So what's your sport, mate?" And I tell him I run half marathons. "Oh, well, not anymore, mate, not anymore." The clinic where they see me is opposite the Prince of Wales Hospital in Randwick. The break confirmed by x-ray. I asked the doctor for crutches just to get across the road. And it's $40 deposit, he tells me. You'll go over there and then your friend will bring the crutches straight back to get the refund. It's a lot of paperwork for a 5-minute loan. Can't you just hop? So I put my arm around my flatmate's shoulders and we crossed the road into hospital like the last ones to finish in a 3-legged race. I signed a form saying that I understood the risks of surgery and they put me under. And when I came back up, I had pins and rods in my leg. It wasn't Aussie steel, but it was Aussie craftsmanship. Work needed me to fly just 2 days later. When that happens, I have my own needles. They give me blood thinners for the flight and a big yellow sharps box like a Tonka toy in which to discard the waste. I pinch folds in my belly and give myself a little jab pre-dawn before the taxi to the airport. I have Oromorph too, oral morphine tablets. which are doled out through the first weeks of my recovery. When I land in country Australia, my hosts, they take me for afternoon tea. And a woman will tell me as her opening conversational gambit over banana bread that gay marriage will destroy Australia because the birth rate will drop to nothing. I tried to tell her I'm not sure this is how it works, that legalizing gay marriage doesn't somehow turn sexuality into contagion. What I want to say, but don't, about love and lust is only this. It's all just skin, the touch of another. And if you're both old enough and you both say yes, can't it just be skin? And if it's okay to both say yes, can't it also just be okay to both say I do? Isn't that hard? Love and vaccination become these jabs that break the skin, but they're just two kinds of promise to keep one another safe, to care for one another. Now imagine you're a kid and a grown-up tells you that by scratching the stuff from a sick cow's blisters onto your arm, you can protect yourself from an evil disease. And imagine that grown-up says, if enough people scratch for long enough, we can drive that disease from the face of the earth. This is the stuff of magic and playground games. And when I walk in the Aussie sun, it's night in the place where I was born. It still fills me with this childish wonder that if you go far enough from home, you'll come to the place that only comes to life when everyone else is dreaming. So I come here to a place like this, and I stay in the Sunshine State. And like most of us, I stay immune to the warning signs, to the bad news, to the things that are coming. There are elections, and a politician says that doctors are putting poison in our children and calling them vaccines. And then she has to walk that lie back, and we all feel relieved. And then in her next breath, she says this nation must be vaccinated against the foreign hordes. And yet I brush it off, and I keep living this dream, and I rarely wish to wake. And when I feel these little jabs, I only think, in the end, we're all just going under.